this ecological Marxists generally study conflicts over resources. Conflicts over resources. Why resources are manipulated, monopolized? Why resources are monopolized by few people, and why resources are denied to large number of people? Again, you take the example of bamboo. Okay, the rich people can get it for rupees 15, and the poor people, the common man, are forced to buy it for 1200 rupees. If Dalits and low caste people, if they are living in slums, it will be cleaned. Okay, they will be displaced in the name of beautification of the city. But if rich people want to establish their factory, they will be given land at a thrower price. So you understand how the resources are not equitably distributed. So let's say in poor, if suppose in poor people area, if government has made some policies for their development, it will be criticized by the rich people. But in rich people area, you will find that a large number of policemen are working as security guards. So who is paying for the security of the rich? Common man. You understand my point? So ecological Marxists will always look at the issues of resources and how resources are not distributed equally. So when you do any study in your life, always keep in mind that how resources are distributed. Okay, why poor people have less access to resources and rich people have better access to resources? Why Adivasi people are not allowed to go to jungle and collect, let's say, wood and forest products and honey, but the rich people are allowed to take all the jungle and cut all the timber and sell it? Now ecological Marxists will be interested in popular grassroots struggles. Okay, they will study grassroots struggles. So as a scholar of environmental science, you should also pay attention to grassroots struggles. I have already given you the example of Medha Patekar. Medha Patekar studied at TIS, Tata Institute of Social Sciences, and during 1980s when Narmada Bachao Andolan came up, she was one of the main leaders. So she was basically working in grassroots movements. So as a scholar, you have to always pay attention to grassroots issues, grassroots struggles, and then cultural Marxists will pay attention to how the tribal community, the fisher folk, the laborers, the peasants, the common people are collectively resisting against exploitation of the resources. So your theme for the research should also be that how marginalized communities are denied resources, how marginalized communities are fighting for their survival. So how Adivasis people are struggling to save their jungle. Okay, how fisher folk are struggling to save their livelihood. You understand, in Kerala also there was a news that fisher folk were protesting because tenders were given to rich people to get fish. Okay, and they feared that it will be detrimental to their interest. And a cultural Marxist will also study the process which is leading to impoverishment of the people and which is leading to destruction of natural resources. So basically cultural Marxists look at environmental issues in this way. They will study, let's say, how the resources are unequally distributed. Cultural Marxists will look at how people are denied resources. Cultural Marxists will look at the marginalized people like Adivasis, laborers, fisher folk, and it will also study the processes through which environment is degraded, rich people are given all the resources and poor people are denied. So yes, that is why the term has been coined. See, nobody is there to call himself ecological Marxist. Nobody is ecological. We give term to understand. You understand? Nobody, you won't find anybody saying, oh, I am ecological Marxist. You are using Marxist tool to study ecology. And what is Marxism? Marxism is basically, Marxism looks at how resources are unequally distributed. So whenever you do any resources, what is the insight which you can get it from the ecological Marxist? Ecological Marxist will give you 3 and 4 insights. Always look at resources. Always look at conflicts over resources. Who is having land and who is working as a laborer? Who is denied access to forest and who is having easy access to forest? What kind of policies are being implemented? How these policies are going to have negative impact on the common people? And why such policies are simultaneously making some people rich and most of the people poor? And ecological Marxists will also study conflicts over it.